This goes beyond tips or strategies or surface level advice. We're going to install something so fundamentally different from the subatomic level of your being to the visible, tangible, countable reality of money flowing into your bank account. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. And this is a complete wealth reconstruction, an activation designed to manifest large sums of money by completely reconstructing your wealth identity. Before we begin today's activation, I want to invite you to an amazing 4-day experience that I'm hosting in Maui right now. We have hugely discounted rooms available. Some are 75% off the normal price. I'm going to take you on a 4-day journey where you will completely reshift your identity and step into your greatest timeline. We also have Paul Selig there. It's going to be an amazing experience. I plan on staying there for a couple of weeks during that time. I hope to see you there. You can find the link in the description. It's at www.brianscottlive.com/Hawaii-2026. Everything you believe about money was installed before you could speak. Today, we uninstall it. You've spent years, maybe decades, inside a financial architecture that was built for you before you were born, constructed by people you have never met, maintained by beliefs you never chose, and operating according to rules you were never taught to question. Today, we tear the entire thing down. Every wall, every ceiling, every invisible fence that has kept your money flowing at the same predictable rate year after year, regardless of how hard you push. This episode is a demolition and a reconstruction, a controlled detonation of every limiting pattern, every inherited story, every energetic block that has silently governed your financial life since childhood. And in its place, we're going to install something so fundamentally different that your relationship with wealth will never return to what it was. I want you to understand the scale of what we're about to do together. This goes beyond tips or strategies or surface level advice that tells you to budget better or invest smarter or hustle harder. All that operates inside the existing architecture. It rearranges furniture in a burning building. We're going to rebuild the building itself from the foundation up, from the subatomic level of your being to the visible, tangible, countable reality of money flowing into your bank account. Every layer, every frequency and hidden pattern that has been running in the background of your life, like invisible software, governing every dollar you have ever earned, spent, saved, or lost. Before you were 5 years old, your financial future had already been sketched in invisible ink. You learned it the way children learn everything, through atmosphere, through the texture of conversations you could almost hear through walls, through the feeling that settled over the dinner table when a bill arrived, through the way someone's jaw tightened at the grocery store, through the particular silence that followed the phrase, "That costs too much." Nobody set you down and handed you a financial philosophy. It was more subtle than that, more thorough. You absorbed it the way soil absorbs rain, completely unconsciously, and all the way to the root system. And that absorption created something inside you. A blueprint, a template, an invisible architectural drawing that has been governing how much money flows into your life, how long it stays, and how quickly it leaves. Think about this carefully. Your income has a ceiling. You may never have seen the ceiling, but you have felt it. Every time you approached a certain level of earnings, something happened. An unexpected expense, a missed opportunity, a sudden burst of self-sabotage so perfectly timed, it almost seemed orchestrated because it was orchestrated by the blueprint. The blueprint says this is how much people like us earn. This is how much we deserve. This is the zone of safety, and everything beyond it is dangerous territory. I know that sounds crazy. How could you sabotage additional money coming into your field? But it happens all the time. It happened to me. That's why I'm motivated to do this. See, that blueprint is running your entire financial operating system. Every transaction, negotiation, moment of receiving or resisting, all of it passes through this original template first. The first phase of your complete wealth reconstruction is recognizing that the blueprint exists. And the second phase, which begins the moment you recognize it, is choosing to override it entirely. Consider how radical this is. The blueprint was installed before you could speak, before you understood language or had any conscious ability to evaluate, question, or reject the information flowing into you, and yet this pre-verbal, pre-rational, pre-conscious programming has been the supreme authority over your financial life for every year since. It determined who you married, where you lived, what jobs you applied for, what salary you accepted, what prices you charged, what risks you avoided, and opportunities you dismissed before they even had a chance to fully form in your awareness. Every single person listening to this has a financial ceiling that was installed by someone else. Some of you have dissolved it. Today we all dissolve it permanently. Here's where we go deeper than the advice you've heard before from me. Most financial transformation programs tell you to change your thoughts. Think positively about money. Say affirmations in the mirror. Tape dollar signs to your wall. And those approaches accomplish almost nothing because the blueprint operates below thought. It lives in the autonomic nervous system encoded in the electromagnetic patterns of the heart, radiating outward through the biofield at a frequency so specific that it determines which financial opportunities can reach you and which ones pass straight through your experience as if you were made of glass. A thought about wealth is just a thought, but a frequency of wealth is a force of nature. The difference between someone who thinks about being rich and someone who becomes rich is identical to the difference between someone who reads about swimming and someone who gets in the water. Your body has to change. Your field has to change, and your frequency has to change. And that change has to go all the way down, past the mind, past the emotions, past the nervous system, all the way into the cellular memory and the quantum signature of your being. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 40 to 60 times more powerful than the brain. That field carries information. It carries your dominant emotional state, your self-concept, your deepest beliefs about what is possible, and it broadcasts this information continuously, reaching every cell in your body and extending several feet beyond your skin into the environment around you. Other people feel this field before you speak a word. Opportunities respond to this field before you take a single action. Money, which is at its most fundamental level a flow of energy through a system, follows the path this field creates the way water follows the shape of a riverbed. Change the riverbed, and the water has no choice. It goes where the new channel leads. Your financial life is a house with 7 rooms. Each room controls a different dimension of your relationship with wealth. Most people have been trying to renovate one room, usually the room of action, the room of strategy, the room of effort, while the other 6 rooms remain exactly as they were when the original blueprint was installed. A complete wealth reconstruction means entering every single room, clearing it, redesigning it, and filling it with an entirely new pattern. Let's walk through each one. The first room is the room of identity. This is where it all starts. Before money can change, identity must change first, because you will always earn what your identity permits. Always spend what your identity expects. Always save what your identity believes is possible. The person earning $50,000 a year and the person earning $500,000 a year do the same fundamental things. They wake up, they work, they make decisions. The difference is entirely internal. One carries the identity of someone who exists at 50. The other carries the identity of someone who exists at 500. And each identity generates a completely different set of behaviors, perceptions, and opportunities, automatically, effortlessly, without any extra willpower required. Feel this shift happening now. The version of you that has been running the old identity is stepping back, and a new version is stepping forward. A version whose baseline relationship with money is abundance, overflow, and ease. Feel this new identity settling into your body like a garment, being tailored to fit perfectly. Identity is the deepest lever of change. When identity shifts, everything downstream shifts with it. Behaviors change without effort, decisions improve without study. Opportunities appear without hustle, because you are no longer trying to attract a wealthier life. You have become the person who already lives it. This is why lottery winners go broke. Their bank balance changed, but their identity remained untouched. The money arrived at an address that was too small to hold it, and so the money left quickly, predictably, inevitably, until external reality matched the internal identity once again. It is also why certain people can lose everything and rebuild it in months, because the identity of wealth was never disrupted. The money was temporarily displaced, but the container, the self-concept, the frequency, the deep knowing remained intact, and the container always refills to its own level. Your identity is the container, and we are expanding it beyond anything you have previously imagined possible. The second room is the room of emotion. Money has an emotional address inside your body. Think about that. When someone says the word money or bills or debt or investment or wealth, something happens in your physiology. A constriction, an expansion, a warmth, a chill, something. That emotional response, so fast you barely register it, is the single most powerful determinant of your financial reality. It acts as a filter, a gatekeeper, a bouncer at the door of your experience. If the emotional response to wealth is fear, guilt, or unworthiness, then wealth triggers a stress response in the body, and the body, which is brilliantly designed to protect you, will steer you away from anything that triggers stress, even if that thing is $1 million. Your nervous system has been trained to associate certain levels of income with danger, certain levels of abundance with exposure, with the risk of being judged, envied, attacked, or abandoned, and so the body keeps you safe. It keeps you small. It keeps you precisely where the emotional thermostat has been set since childhood. Allow a new emotional frequency to install itself through your heart, through your chest, through the full cavity of your torso. The old emotional address is being updated. Wealth feels warm, safe, like home. Receiving large amounts of money generates calm, joy, and a deep sense of rightness in your body. Feel this emotional renovation completing itself with every breath. When the emotional architecture around money changes, when receiving feels safe, when abundance feels deserved, when wealth carries zero charge or guilt or fear, then the body stops sabotaging. It stops creating emergencies at the threshold of expansion. It stops manufacturing reasons to stay small. This is why willpower fails so consistently in financial transformation. Willpower is a conscious mind function, and the conscious mind is a rowboat trying to redirect an ocean current. The emotional body is the current. It moves more water with more force in more directions than the conscious mind can comprehend. Change the current and the rowboat sails effortlessly in any direction you choose, and for the first time the door opens all the way. The third room is the room of vibration. Here's where we cross into territory that most financial education refuses to address. Every object in the known universe vibrates at a measurable frequency. Every cell in your body oscillates at a specific rate. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your skin. Your brain produces waves that have been measured, categorized, and studied for over a century. And every one of those frequencies carries information. The frequency you're broadcasting at this very moment is communicating something specific to the quantum field and the fabric of reality itself. It is saying, this is who I am. This is what I'm available for. This is the range of experience I will permit. People who experience consistent, effortless wealth are broadcasting at a frequency that is coherent with abundance. Their heart rhythm, their brainwave patterns, their cellular oscillation, their biofield, all of it is synchronized around a single signal. I am a match for overflow. People who struggle financially, regardless of their intelligence, their education and work ethic, or their talent, are broadcasting at a frequency that is coherent with limitation. And the field responds to frequency the way a radio responds to a tuning dial. It delivers exactly what you're tuned to receive. Your frequency is changing as you listen. Every word is a tuning fork striking the crystalline structure of your consciousness. The old broadcast, the one that said, I struggle, I strain, I barely make it, is dissolving. A new signal is emerging from the center of your chest, from your gut. Through every part of you, strong and clear and unmistakable, it says, I am wealth. I am overflow. I am the vibrational equivalent of unlimited financial abundance. Feel this signal strengthening with every heartbeat. The renovation of this room means your default broadcast changes. You are recalibrating the frequency at which your entire being operates. And once this recalibration stabilizes, once it becomes more familiar than the old one, the external world has no choice except to reorganize around you. This principle has been demonstrated in laboratories around the world. Heart coherence research has shown that when the heart's electromagnetic field enters a specific pattern of harmony, the environment responds. Decisions improve, relationships shift, and documented repeatedly in peer-reviewed studies, the probability structures around that individual begin to change. Synchronicities increase, favorable outcomes multiply, the statistical likelihood of positive events climbs measurably. You are a broadcasting station. You have always been a broadcasting station. The only question is, what signal are you sending? After today, the signal is clear. The signal is wealth, abundance, and it is broadcasting from every atom of your redesigned being. The fourth room is the room of receiving. This is the room that most people have locked shut and forgotten about entirely. You were taught to earn, to work, to produce, to exchange your time and energy for compensation, and all of that is fine. But somewhere in that conditioning, something critical was lost. You forgot how to receive. Watch someone offer a compliment to the average person. Watch the deflection, the downplay, the uncomfortable laugh, the immediate redirect. Now scale that response up to money, to wealth, to windfalls, to unexpected abundance. The same deflection operates at 1,000 times the intensity. Receiving is a skill. It is also a vulnerability that requires the capacity to be filled without immediately emptying yourself, to hold abundance without guilt, to accept overflow without searching for a reason you are unworthy of it. The physics of this are elegant. The universe operates on a single fundamental principle of exchange. Energy flows where receptivity exists. A cup that is face down under a waterfall will remain empty forever. And it has nothing to do with the availability of water. Open your hands, physically if you can. Feel the palms soften, feel the fingers relax. This is the posture of receiving. Allow this openness to spread through your entire being, through your heart, through your belly, through every cell that has been clenched against abundance. You are becoming a vessel of extraordinary capacity. Money flows towards open hands. Opportunity flows towards open hearts. Wealth flows towards those who have made space for it. You are making that space here in this very moment. In advanced quantum theory, the observer determines what manifests from the field of probability, but it goes further than observation. It is the state of the observer that matters. An observer in a state of receiving collapses entirely different possibilities than an observer in a state of resistance. You've been observing your financial reality through a lens of constriction. Today, the lens changes, and everything you see through it changes with it. The renovation of the room of receiving means you become permeable to wealth. Money can reach you, gifts can find you, unexpected income lands. Generosity from others can penetrate the walls you built around your worthiness, because you're no longer deflecting, minimizing, or returning what arrives. You are holding it, absorbing it, allowing it to nourish you the way the rain nourishes the earth. And here is the beautiful paradox. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more you naturally give. Receiving is the inhale, giving is the exhale. They are one continuous motion, and a being who receives fully without guilt, without apology, without the compulsive need to immediately pay it back becomes the most generous force in any room they enter, because their cup is full, and from fullness everything flows. The fifth room is the room of time. Here is a truth that rewrites everything you have been taught about building wealth. Time is a dimension, a location, a coordinate in the infinite field of consciousness. The version of you who is wealthy beyond anything your current mind can calculate already exists. This version lives in a coordinate of time-space that is just as real as the chair you may be sitting in, just as tangible, just as complete. The old model of wealth said work now, accumulate over time, enjoy later. It was linear, sequential, and it imprisoned generation after generation in the illusion that wealth was something you arrived at through decades of effort. The advanced model, the model that has been confirmed repeatedly by theoretical physics, working at the highest levels of quantum mechanics, says something far more radical. All time frames exist simultaneously. The future is as real as the past, and consciousness can select coordinates in the field of time the same way you select a destination on a map. You do this selection through resonance, through emotional occupation, through living, breathing, feeling, and being in the state of your financial reality as though it were already your address. Travel forward. Allow yourself to feel the texture of a life in which every financial goal you carry has been realized. Feel the calm certainty of someone who knows deeply, cellularly, unshakably, that money arrives continuously, abundantly from sources both expected and surprising. Feel the weight of that knowing settle into your bones. This is your coordinate, your location. And consciousness, once selected, navigates. The path between where you stand and where you choose to live is already being drawn. The renovation of the room of time means you stop waiting. You stop treating wealth as a future event and begin occupying it now as a present tense experience. Every emotion you generate from the state of occupation is a navigational instruction to the field, and the field always delivers you to the coordinate you inhabit most consistently. Consider the staggering implication. The how is already handled. The business plan, the strategy, the 5-year roadmap laid out in perfect detail, all of it is secondary. The consciousness that orchestrates the growth of a forest from a handful of seeds is the same consciousness that organizes your path to wealth. It knows the route. It knows the timing. It knows which doors to open and which people to place in your path, and which ideas to deliver to you at 3 a.m. when your rational mind is finally stepped aside. All it requires from you is the coordinate, the feeling, the emotional resonance. Give it the address, and it handles the navigation with a precision that your conscious mind could never achieve. Your future wealthy self is sending a signal backward through the dimension of time. That signal is the reason you are listening to this episode, the reason this particular piece of content appeared in your awareness on this particular day. Coincidence is the word people use when the architecture is still invisible to them. But there's always architecture, and the architect in this case is the version of you who has already arrived. The 6th room is the room of coherence. This is the master room, the room that governs all the others. Coherence is a term from physics that describes a state in which all waves are synchronized, moving in phase, amplifying each other, producing a signal of extraordinary power and clarity. A laser is coherent light. 1,000 flashlights pointed at the same wall produce a dim glow. One laser can cut through steel. Your financial power operates on the same principle. When your identity says, "I am wealthy," but your emotions say, "I am afraid," you are incoherent. The signals cancel each other. When your thoughts say abundance is coming, but your nervous system says protect against loss, you are broadcasting static, and static produces static results. Coherence means every system in your being is telling the same story. Your identity matches your emotions. Your emotions match your frequency. Your frequency matches your capacity to receive. Your relationship with time matches your embodied state. All 7 rooms are playing the same note. And when that happens, your signal becomes so clear and powerful, so precisely tuned, that the field reorganizes around you with speed that will astonish everyone who has been watching you struggle. This is what the mystics described when they spoke of becoming one with your intention. They were describing coherence, the state in which every layer of your being operates as a unified transmission. It is exponential. 2 coherent signals produce 4 times the power of 1. 3 produces 9 times. 7, 49 times. It becomes a force so overwhelming that reality itself surrenders to its signal. That is why people who have achieved coherence often describe a sudden dramatic acceleration in their financial lives. After years of grinding, decades of incremental progress, something snaps into place and the trajectory goes vertical. The money arrives in amounts that seem impossible. The opportunities appear so perfectly that the rational mind suspects it must be dreaming. It was never about effort, always about coherence. Feel the coherence building inside you. Every room you have visited in this journey is harmonizing. Identity, emotion, vibration, receiving, and your relationship with time, all of them syncing into a single chord, a single frequency, a single undeniable signal that broadcasts from the core of your being. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am overflow. I am coherent with unlimited prosperity. Every electron in your body aligns with this transmission. Every cell resonates with this truth. You are becoming a laser. The 7th room is the room of sovereignty. The final room is the one almost nobody ever enters, because entering it requires something that most people have never been given permission to claim. Financial sovereignty means that your relationship with money is governed entirely by your own consciousness, by your own field, by your own internal authority. It means you have disconnected from the collective financial programming, the mass hypnosis that says money is scarce, that the economy determines your fate, that your income is limited by your credentials, your industry, or your geography. Sovereignty is the recognition that you are a creator being operating inside a responsive field of consciousness, that the laws governing your financial reality are the same laws that govern the behavior of subatomic particles, the expansion of galaxies, and the organizing intelligence that turns a single fertilized cell into a human being with hundreds of trillions of cells working in perfect coordination. You are that intelligence operating as you, through you, and when you align with its nature, which is infinite, abundant, self-organizing, and perpetually expanding, the limitations of the old paradigm simply cease to apply. This is doctoral level reality mechanics. The field of consciousness is non-local, non-linear, and infinitely responsive to coherent intention. The observer effect demonstrated in quantum physics is the doorway. The measurement problem, the fact that reality remains in superposition until consciousness collapses it into form, is the mechanism. Your financial reality exists in superposition until your coherent state selects it and its configuration. You are the selector. You've always been the selector. The only thing that changes today is that you know it. Sovereignty is the final room because it contains all the others. A sovereign being simply selects. A sovereign being embodies the chosen state completely and allows the field to organize itself accordingly. This is the highest teaching that exists in any tradition. It has been called different names by different cultures. It has been described in the language of prayer, of alchemy, of quantum physics, of mystical union, but the mechanism is always identical. Consciousness precedes form. State determines outcome. And a sovereign consciousness that claimed its creative authority without apology generates reality the way a sun generates light. This is who you have been all along, beneath every layer of programming that said otherwise, and the recognition of it is the moment everything changes permanently. Step into your sovereignty now. Feel the vastness of what you are. You are the consciousness that selects, the awareness that collapses infinite possibility into lived experience. Every financial reality that could ever exist is available to you in this moment, all of them stacked on top of each other in a shimmering field of probability, waiting for you to choose, and you are choosing. You are choosing abundance, wealth, so natural, so total, that it feels like breathing. Feel this sovereignty lock into place. It is yours, always has been, and from this moment forward, you carry it everywhere you go. Now you walk through every room, you've seen every dimension of your financial life laid bare. Each one has been opened: identity, emotion, vibration, receiving, time, coherence, and sovereignty. And each one has been redesigned. And now we install the new architecture permanently. This is the phase where the temporary becomes default. Close your eyes if you can. Place your attention on the center of your chest, the seat of your electromagnetic field, the broadcasting tower of your entire being. Feel the warmth there, the pulse, the aliveness. This is your financial command center. Everything radiates from here. Every instruction to the field, every coherent signal, it all originates from this point. And from the center of your chest, a new financial frequency is now broadcasting. It is clear, powerful, unwavering. It carries the combined signal of every room you have renovated, the new identity, the new emotional architecture, the elevated vibration, the capacity to receive without limit, the sovereign to exist outside the old programming, the coherence that turns your intention into a laser of creation. This frequency is broadcasting every hour of every day, whether you're conscious of it or asleep, whether you're focused on money or thinking about something else entirely. It is autonomous, self-sustaining, and permanent. The old financial thermostat has been removed. The old blueprint has been incinerated. A new architecture stands in its place, vast, golden, and limitless. The implications of what has just occurred inside you are more far-reaching than the mind can calculate in a single sitting. The cascade has begun. New ideas will arrive. New connections will form. New streams of income will emerge from unexpected directions and through mechanisms you've never previously considered. Money will begin to behave differently around you because you are different. The frequency is different, the signal is different, and reality, which is at its most fundamental level a field of consciousness responding to coherent observation, will reconfigure itself to match. This is the technology that you have just activated at the deepest level of your human being. Quantum mechanics expressed. You are the consciousness that moves through matter and rearranges it. You are the field expressing itself as a singular point of creative power. You are the sovereign being who has, in the span of this entire episode, completely and permanently rewritten the source code of your relationship with money, wealth, abundance, and prosperity. In the days and weeks to come, you will begin to notice things, small things at first. Thought patterns that would normally spiral toward lack will simply dissolve before they gain traction. An opportunity will present itself that you would previously have dismissed or overlooked. Money will appear from a surprising direction, a refund, a gift, a new client, a raise, a windfall that seems to materialize from thin air. This is the early evidence of the renovation, the first signs that the internal architecture has changed and the external reality is scrambling to catch up. Honor these signs, celebrate them. Each one is a confirmation. Each one is the field saying, I hear your new signal. And then the larger shifts will follow. The income level that felt like a ceiling will suddenly feel like a floor. The financial stress that was your constant companion will simply lose its grip. The sense of abundance, real embodied cellular level abundance, will become your resting state, your default, your home. This is the promise of a complete wealth reconstruction, every room renovated, every frequency recalibrated. Seal this transformation into every layer of your being, into the conscious mind, into the subconscious, into the autonomic nervous system, into the cellular memory, into the quantum signature of your field. Welcome to your new life. You are rebuilt from the foundation to the sky, and the wealth that matches this new architecture is already in motion, flowing, seeking you, finding the path of least resistance toward the extraordinary vessel you have just become. Welcome home. And know every time you return to this episode, the renovation deepens, the coherence strengthens, the broadcast clarifies, repetition is installation at the deepest layer. Every additional activation you do in the future reasserts this frequency at a deeper level, magnifies it. You are someone new, someone who is always waiting inside you, waiting for this exact moment to walk through 7 doors and discover that the house of your financial life was always meant to be a palace, a cathedral. You are unlimited, sovereign. You are the consciousness that moves through a responsive field and shapes it with every breath, every heartbeat, every coherent emission of your redesigned being. The complete wealth reconstruction is done, and the results will be visible, tangible, countable, undeniable, faster than the mind believes possible, because the mind was never in charge of this process. The field was, and the field was already receiving its new instructions. Now do me a favor. If this episode changed something inside you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe if you want more. And I ask you to join the Reality Revolution community, where we hold weekly group coaching sessions, masterminds, and we have exclusive content that's available nowhere else. You can't find it on my channel. You can find the link in the description at www.skool.com, skool.com/Reality Revolution. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.